Namaste, Salam Alaikum, good morning, good afternoon and good evening friends. Thank you very much for having me. It's a great honor and privilege. I am Radha Paudel, by training a general nurse and by experience I was an anesthetic assistant nurse who worked for 24 hours for 4 years in severely resource-stricken setting in Nepal. Long story short, with the tender age of 7, I observed my mother's loss of dignity during menstruation. It bothered me so much that I even attempted suicide at the age of 9. It was unfortunate and yet fortunate for my future, so I am speaking here in front of you all as a global leader for dignified menstruation. Such personal and professional experience converted me as an author and activist. Now, a leading global network called Global South Coalition for Dignified Menstruation. It claims that the menstrual discrimination is practiced across the globe under different names, in different forms and various magnitude. It constructs the power and shapes the patriarchy. It perpetrates various forms of violence against girls and women non-binary throughout the life cycle of them systemically and symptomatically. Therefore, Global South Coalition for Dignified Menstruation is all about changing the narratives around menstruation for achieving gender equality. Yet, I would like to remind you all that dignified menstruation is not just about the 5 days of the bleeding or issues related to poverty or illiteracy. Neither is it only a Nepalese problem. Dignified menstruation is also not about confronting any religion, ethnicity, country or region. It is an innovative and holistic approach to dismantle all forms of menstrual discrimination. We strive to challenge patriarchy. We believe dignified menstruation is everyone's business because it is a matter of the human rights for over 50% of the population of this planet. More importantly, it is the concern of yours, mine and everyone's existence and all life on this planet. Global South Coalition for Dignified Menstruation is a survivor-led Global South-based network and has been working in zero funding over 50 countries all around the globe through research, training and advocacy. Though the concept of dignified menstruation or life cycle approach emerged from Global South globally, the menopause does not get space yet menstrual movement. Last year, Global South Coalition for Dignified Menstruation examined the focus of global menstrual movement. Unfortunately, fellows from the Global South yet to consider the discrimination associated with the perimenopause or menopause is a serious concern of menstruators within all settings. Almost all menstrual movements in the Global South are driven by the Global North and sadly colonized with the idea of the product or hygiene. Also need to think about menopause from the perspective of the sexual and reproductive health rights movement. Again, menopause is missing except from the medical point of view to some extent. I can say that menopause is still hidden under the red carpet. Many menstruators and even non-menstruators struggling with silence, ignorance and limited research, literatures, campaigns around the menopause. Let me share a story from 2021. While marking the 3rd International Dignified Menstruation Day under the theme of Dignified Menopause is a human rights, not the privilege. We had hard time getting supporters from the Global South. In conclusion, in a course of 75 years of history of human rights, menstrual discrimination neither considered as a violence of human rights nor accounted as a form of sexual or gender-based violence. Thus, the menopause is the most forgotten concern globally indeed. Global South Coalition for Dignified Menstruation doesn't do the thorough research in this regard due to lack of funding, but we can say, yes, there is a huge economic impact of menopause from several anecdotes. My two elder sisters had gone through the severe menopausal symptoms. The doctors prescribed psychiatric medications without being identified as a surgical menopause woman and its proper counseling and treatment. My second sister had a very hard time continuing her teaching job in schools and colleges because of ignorance and stigma. My sisters are the representative women. I met many who cannot continue their regular work at home or workplace and spend a lot of money seeking care. Most importantly, the psychosocial loss is huge, which multiplies the entire economic loss. Dropout from work, changing work or changing relationship at home and workplace is priceless indeed. Honestly, I do not know anything about menopause neither in the global south nor in my country. In 2021, in Nepal, we submitted the petition to the Ministry of Education. We also appealed to the Ministry of Health for the same. Nothing happened yet. For me and my organization, Global South Coalition for Dignified Menstruation, dignified menstruation means dignified menopause too, because we are working for life cycle approach, not of 5 days of the bleeding. We have been organizing radio programs, webinars, discussions and training in between our ongoing programs, though we have been working with almost zero funding. We love to amplify the campaign on dignified menopause and looking for opportunities. If anyone is interested to collaborate, please do not hesitate to contact us. However, we have been marking the International Day for Menopause since beginning. In 2021, Global South Coalition for Dignified Menstruation marked the third year of International Dignified Menstruation Day for 8th December. We also organized a day international conference along with the Helen Kemp and Sarah William from the UK. You can find all details at www.dignifiedmenopause.org. I personally translated the book called Surgical Menopause into Nepali and launched it on the International Day of Dignified Menstruation Day along with the government authorities. I am also speaking in various forms of menopause, especially in the global north, and also contributed for a book chapter. I wish I could work more along with other collaborators. If any of you like to speak or collaborate with the Global South Coalition for Dignified Menstruation, you all are most welcome. Thank you very much.